if they were going to improve and going to actually have good financial management, what do you see as like the first step that they should take now that we've kind of shuttled over Profit First a bit?
Yeah. So, coming back to something that I think would actually be really helpful for people, and this is where I'd go, is the first off is like the acknowledgement that finance and financial management as a skill is critical and essential, not something you can put off if you want to achieve a higher level of business. And you can frame this in every way you want. It's like if you're in a country, you want to learn the full language.
Yep.
If it's your health, you want to understand not just the diet, you need to understand exercise, sleep, the whole range of things so you can actually get a good result here. So I think acknowledgement of this is a skill you want to master, not use a silver bullet for, step one.
Yep.
Okay. Then the second thing that would come from that is recognizing that there's already a great system out there. Like the accounting system that exists is phenomenal. You just want to find the way to apply that to you, right? So I'll use some analogies and some frame-ups here. Like I'll use business ones in this example. The difference between what a e-commerce business needs with a supply chain logistic versus someone who has an education company that's very high margin and no stock versus someone who's trying to sell their business versus someone who's trying to get cash flow from their business, all of them are different models and goals that would require different financial management.
Completely.
Yeah. So you've got to look to that. And I'll use health as the example here. A 50-year-old mum who wants to lose 5 kilos, very different health system required than a 20-year-old male who wants to put on 5 kilos. We couldn't apply one system to them. Like what they require, even though the tools are all there, how they use the tool of health system, just like finance system, would be very, very different. So I think the step 2 to this is going, what's your actual goal, right? So going through, well, where am I trying to go strategically? And then what's my situation? Like what am I as a business and where does this go and where does that apply?
Yeah. And the amount of times that I see people have a goal that does not match their business model. And it's like, well, I want to have the profit of a coaching business in my e-com. And I'm like, what? Like, because of that exact point where they're just like, well, this is what other people do, right? And I've had conversations around this over the last couple of days where people are saying, oh, I've heard that your profit's really high. How do I apply that to my business? And the actual underlying point is what you were mentioning, which is the business model. Like you can have a goal that doesn't match your business or your business model. And so the only thing that you need to understand is that it's not aligned. And then the better question is, what am I going to do about it? It's not one thing that applies to all of it. And I will tack on the top of this is for people who are listening, it also applies to personal. So if you're property investing, whether it's in residential, commercial, or if you're doing shares or whatever, it's the same, right? You can apply the same logic of like, what is my goal, which I typically start with first. And the second one is like, what is the business model that supports that goal? Because if it's not aligned, then it would never match. But the final piece that I will say, just to riff off the points that you were mentioning, is it's not a set and forget. These things will continue to evolve over time. You can start out looking to scale as a goal. You can go, I want to get to $1 million in revenue, or if you were thinking about, hey, what profit? I want to get to $100,000 a year in profit. Great. Like scale, like your goal is scaling through your business model. And then after you've achieved that, what do you want next? What are you trying to achieve after that? And the one other point is continue to improve your education, which goes back to your very, very, very first point. You kind of just don't stop learning around these things as well. So, and we've done topics on goals and stuff like that before, Charlie. So after I've defined my goal, after I've matched it to my business model, where to from here?
Yeah, so the next step I would say in that is going to your bookkeeper and accountant and making them aware this is what you're actually trying to do. So if your bookkeeper and accountant don't know that you're trying to extract a certain amount of profit, grow to a certain size, sell the business, like how can you expect them to be helpful in you achieving it? So what, you go to the gym, personal trainer's got no idea what your goals are. How would you expect them to help you?
Yeah.
Same analogy, right? It's like it tees up here. Now, this is where it's really interesting. Like, maybe we're very fortunate. We have great finance people around us. I doubt it, though. Every bookkeeper and accountant I speak to, right, would be more than willing to help the business owners do better here and see their clients win. And even if you had to pay them for an hour of their time each to go through this and get a good system set up so they can give you that support in being stronger in financial management, then I think that would be really good. So I say get the team on board. That's the next component. Then the last part of that is then getting reporting in place where every month you can go to your reporting and make this all kind of work. So that would be how I would view it. So once you've spoken to your accountant and bookkeeper here, got your reporting and metrics and everything set up so you can actually start accurately measuring this stuff, now we're in a position where you have the ability to do like a monthly process to actually financially manage your business well.
Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all, and you want to dive deeper into being a full stack business owner, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.